Welcome back. In this video we're back in West Virginia at the Hatfield McCoy trail system, specifically on Buffalo Mountain, and we're going to take you through the trails 186 and 197. So this is about a 30-minute video, and it actually covers the complete trails up 186 and 197, so you'll get to see every bit of it. So if you happen to have one of the Buffalo Mountain trail maps, we actually just started this video from the junction of trail number 15, 20, and 186, where they all kind of merge right there. And we're just headed up 186 right now. So this trail system actually rates their trails. The lower the number, the easier riding it is. So if you get to the map, you got your easiest trails are usually in the teens and 20s. I think they maybe go up to the maybe 30 or 40 numbers, and then you get more difficult that get into the 50s. Most difficult probably start anything above 50 to 100, and then you get into your single tracks. Any trail from 100 to 199 is going to be a single track trail. So 100 to 150 is considered more difficult, with 151 to 199 are considered the most difficult single track trails. So this one is 186, starting off pretty mellow, but before long it gets kind of hairy in a few spots here, as you're going to see a little bit later here. Alright, now we're getting into a little nice climb here to go up to the next ridge line here. That wasn't too bad. I made that one look pretty easy there. And we got another one here. It continues on up the mountain. Didn't choose the best line on that one. And then I think I was in, probably should have maybe downshift. I may have been in first gear even there. I don't know. These are a lot steeper than what they appear on the GoPro. Just no grip there. I'm just spinning on rocks, so I've got to walk it back down here and give her another run. Rock.
I think the left line's better. I took the right and then you have to go left. I think if you stay left, you're going to be better off. Well, I'm going to give it.
Alright, attempt number 2 here. We'll see how it goes. We were down here in late October 2019, and we had some unseasonably cold weather. I mean, we were waking up to temperatures in the mid-20s a couple of the days we were here, and you know, it'd warm up into the 40s during the day, but made for some pretty chilly mornings. But I mean, once noon, 11 o'clock noon came around, that sun started hitting, it was perfect riding, really, temperature-wise. Still headed up here. It's my brother Caleb there in front of me. So let him get to the top, so in case he didn't make it all the way, I wouldn't get held up behind him. Nice steep run here, and my momentum was taking me left there, and what you couldn't see where it was about a 2-foot straight up vertical boulder there blocking that trail that direction, so we decided to come around this way. It'd be a lot easier. Pretty cool time of year to be down here. There was enough leaves off of the trees, you know, that you could kind of see some of the other ridges around you to kind of see the direction you were going to be going to next, and some of these big gorges you could have some real scenic views, and there was still enough leaves on the trees that you had some color as well. So I would definitely come down here again this time of year. I think we're probably going to take another trip in the spring, and you know, I've not been down there in the spring before, so it should be a completely different experience. Hopefully it won't be too wet that time of year.
We have one more coming. Is he still with us?
You don't have to worry about that.
Go ahead, I'll follow you so you're on camera.
So it's my understanding that Buffalo Mountain has some of the highest percentage of single track as compared to the rest of the trail system mountains here. So it's one of the reasons that we chose this one. And I mean, even the dual track, side-by-side tracks, the 2 tracks that we rode to get up to some of these single tracks, they were a lot of fun here at Buffalo Mountain. Another climb here, a little tree to duck under at the top here. was enough big rocks on all of these trails and climbs that they throw you off balance just enough that you'd either lose your momentum or you'd have to redirect. And you know, that's one of the cool things that made it a little bit more challenging. It was just all the uneven terrain that this trail provided us with. So what you didn't see, a little ways back, there was a sign that said trail closed ahead. We discovered why. There was a huge fallen tree across the trail here that we had to deal with. So this was right at the base of another climb, and there was a sheer drop off on both sides, so we couldn't really go around it, so we just kind of helped each other lift our bikes over this log jam here.
Turn the tire this way, maybe?
I don't think we need to.
One? Yeah, what are we? We're like hung up. It's like in a bind. Is that tree? Can we push this back in that way maybe, or no? Alright, let me throw these.
Pays to have good riding buddies with you on
There
on the trip here. We don't know if we were just one or two of us here. We may have turned around and headed back down the mountain at this point, but we had 5 of us riding here today, and we just all helped each other out.
A chainsaw?
Got over this, and then we were on our way again.
1, 2, 3. Ready? There we go. Let me get her out of the way.
So I ride this one up to the top of the hill, and I'm coming back down to help. And one of the gentlemen, Derek Burton, who just helped me over the log, you're going to see him make an attempt. And he makes this log. He rides this log about like Graham Jarvis would ride this log. It's pretty impressive here. It's coming up quick. We're going to take another look at this here. Manny made that look so easy. Watch this rock. It takes my brother out. And listen to Cade, my other brother.
That could have been you.
Pointing out that could have been him. So now that we're all over the log, this is our last rider up. We're feeling pretty good about making it past that point.
Thanks for your help.
And then I'm biting it going over the log here. It was just big enough. My back tired. Didn't have enough momentum. Didn't catch the log. I just tipped over.
Alright, I think I got it. I'm good. My clutch moved. I got it.
Oh, you couldn't pull it in all the way?
Yeah.
Are you hurt?
No, I'm good.
Once you got up on top of these ridges and you're riding these spines, the riding was pretty easy, really. It's just getting up there and then getting back down is what makes it so challenging. So once you're up on top, smooth sailing. this was so off camber here and so steep. That's what
Not fun.
a little intimidating for me going down. I'd much rather go uphill than downhill anyway for some reason. It's just my preference. I always felt like there was enough loose rock here that if I was going downhill, I was just gonna lock up my brakes and keep sliding. So when I got to this real steep off camber stuff, I just took it really easy. So I think as we're on this downhill section here, this is the transition to 197 from the 186 that we were on prior.
Oh boy.
There was no room for air on this little off-camber section that we're riding here. Like, honestly, the camera does not even do it justice about how steep and how off-camber this really was here and how little of a lip we had to ride on. Yep, pretty much straight down on both sides here. Going over these nice rocks. Yeah, this section here is a little bit sketchy too, man. That drop in was so steep. And again, I was just taking it real easy. I didn't want to get momentum going downhill and not being able to control it or get slowed up for the next hairpin we had to do. It's my first time down here at Hatfield, McCoy, and I hadn't really ridden any terrain like this previously, so all of these hills are new to me. We've got some hills in Michigan, but nothing like this. watching this video back just makes me want to go back down there right now, get on the bike and ride some more. I'm going to start as I'm making this video. Makes me want to start planning my my next trip down there for sure. It's something I'll definitely return to. And we rode Bear Wallow and Buffalo Mountain on this trip, and I'd like to check out Double Ants and some of the additional single track that we were not able to ride here at Buffalo Mountain this trip just because of time. We only rode for 2.5 days while we were down there, and such a vast area, you really have a hard time hitting everything you want to if you're just down there for a couple of days. So it's definitely a place you can go for a week long, still not even come closer to hitting everything.
Oh boy. Oh yeah.
So right at the end of 197 here, coming from our direction, or the very beginning if you're coming from this direction, but basically a rock garden here, right on a vertical spine where there's basically a drop off on each side here. So definitely out of my comfort zone at this point on this trail. So out of everybody in our group, my brother who just went made it look easier than anybody else. And of course, I got to follow him. So here we go.
Right up there? Jesus Christ. Okay. Oh crap, that's what we didn't want to happen.
I think I would have been good if I just would have kept my momentum, but I thought I was going to fall off into that crevice there. I wanted to be up on top of this rock that I'm on now.
Thank you.
But I think I just went to stop because I was going the wrong direction. Only spent a couple of minutes on this section here, but man, I was so physically tired and exhausted just from the stress I was under during that section right there. I was so uncomfortable. It just took it out of me, so I'm just creeping down here. We just got to get down to this road below us here to finish out 197, and then we take some 2-track. This is towards the end of our day. We've probably ridden 30 or 40 miles at this point. So this is towards the end of our ride, and then we jump on some 2-track and take that back down the mountain to our trucks there. So I hope you enjoyed this video. If you haven't checked out our Bear Wallow and Coal Mountain video, go ahead and check that out as well. I've got it out. Coal Mountain's pretty cool. It's a little section of Bear Wallow. It's basically just a big coal hill, real loose. A lot of different lines you can take up there, so we rode out there. It's probably 10-12 miles to get there, and then we stayed there and played for an hour or so, taking some different runs up there, so it was a lot of fun. So highly recommend that if you're out riding Bear Wallow. Thanks for watching.
190's the hardest. 190 is 197. Drop the glove. Which one was this? 197.